What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Alright, bet. Technical difficulties from the first time, but we're okay now. I know what the hell I'm doing. Um, Hold on, I need to put this in my story. Might as well give some time to come in. Guys, it's chapter 412 day. It's 412 day. Alright, first of all, how are we doing today? Happy 4th of July. This is coming out. I was not expecting this to happen today. Um, okay, bet. We're back again. I need to. Jeez, okay. How's the lighting here, first of all? Hold on. I have an Olipop here. We're gonna be feasting. Olipop took over 2026 in my opinion, and it has some chocolate bars. I'm gonna be munching on, um, respectively, obviously. So, guys, what a summer this has been. Hunter x Hunter is back. Oh, let me move the mic up closer. Hunter x Hunter is back. Frickin' what's the other one? Pretty Lights, my favorite EDM artist who hasn't dropped music in 9 years, is dropping a 45 song album, 15 of which are already out. Grizz, another EDM artist, is about to drop this summer. We're eating good, literally. I'm gonna get the chapter rolling though. Here it is. First of all, I just want to say, thank you guys. I haven't seen the engagement on my chapter 411 review. I very much appreciate that. Another thing though, which I fucking hate, bitch. Okay. Um, you get this fucking thing out of my way here. First of all, I hate this website that I have to watch Hunter, that I have to read Hunter x Hunter on and react to, because first of all, hold on. First of all, this is not the website I even go to. Manga Trend. I don't even go to this one. This is just the one that updates first, and it's like in semi decent English. Weeb Central up here, right up here. You can see my cursor, right? Weeb Central. That's the shit I watch. That I watch all my Hunter x Hunter things on. This does not update. Look at this. I'm refreshing. This is not update whatsoever. So I'm pretty mad about that. Even though this is my favorite website, I watch everything or read everything on. It's always the last updated every time, I swear. So we're gonna react. I did have to obviously read like the first page, just so it wasn't like some BS translation. But there wasn't really much said in the first page, anyways. So yeah, we had some technical difficulties, not gonna lie, but we're back again. Because I screwed up on my part. I did something I knew I shouldn't have done, and I didn't think there would be any consequences. So, okay. We got some stuff to talk about. Chapter 412. I got some notes written down. First of all, I do think Kurapika's lying about Wobble. At least at some capacity. This has something to do with Kacho's letters that she said. Also, coincidentally, Yuri and Rockley, the new servants under Kacho, were like, let's keep Kacho's death a secret. Because Yuri's like, shh, just do our jobs in the last chapter. And I was like, everyone knows she's dead. All the princes, at least, for one. And two, when Kurapika starts reading these letters, they're hella exposed. They're exposed. So I don't know what that's going to mean. I don't know if that means they're going to drop the class. Yuri already knows Nen. So if Yuri drops the class, is she just going to develop a Nen ability on her own, like without supervision? Or really like stick with it, like lock in on this class and actually join the stalemate and actually like enforce a stalemate and be on Karapika's side of that. Um, but yeah, that was very interesting that I thought about. Also, if you read my community post, I have been saying about Sayard. Yes, Sayard, the bug guy, the little bug with the Nen ability. I think Sayard's going to come back in the story, not this batch of chapters, like end game, very far end game of the Succession War arc, like a month, like just before the voyage ends. You know what I'm saying? Like while there's chaos going on, because I think when the chaos starts erupting with martial law, all the people that just got arrested. Think about all the people that's gotten arrested up to this point. Sayard, all those people in Momose's room who all got arrested, like off the rip. Even Vict, one of Benjamin's guards, he went straight down to tier 2. I think there's a lot of people down there in tier 2 who got to think about everybody who's gotten arrested. Let's say shit hits the fan, everybody gets arrested. Not everybody, but like everyone who so far has gotten arrested, they can easily break out. Sayard is the underdog energy. He has such a crazy recon surveillance and ability that he can easily um find out some sort of information or just find out information on what's going on. He's just have an ant crawl into the room and he just still uses Nen ability there because he got his Nen ability back. Um, he can really just pick up on the situation and just gain information. Even in prison, he can still just be gaining information in his jail cell if a bug crawls into his room, which is likely to happen. But I feel like he just come back. He just make a return comeback story. So I'm rooting for my man Sayard. Don't say I didn't warn you. Um, shoot. What else did I have on this note? Sayard returns. Those in the Nen classes only focused on their careers, and Kurapika picking up on that. Yeah, that was from last chapter. Um, excuse me. Excuse my chewing. I agree with that. That's why Kurapika said all that information because now the guards and everyone involved in the succession war after chapter 411, no one's completely helpless. It is up to the princes what they need to do. They need to band together and actually decide to not play along with their game and actually have more than one person survive. But it does come down to the guards too, because the guards have a choice. Everyone on the ship has a choice to make. Let the empire fall, basically. Keep these people alive. Or continue the cycle, I guess, for a lack of a better term. But also I do definitely feel like Nasubi indirectly set up Morena and all these people coming on board to make sure there's one sole survivor. That I for sure believe. Um, give me 1 second. I'm not. I am not exactly ready. Okay. But yeah, I think that falls into the plot point when Borkson was saying, yeah, this thing was all planned from the start. Marina's hideout or space for Marina's hideout. So that's one thing. I think Nasubi indirectly, I don't think he can actually like it's probably part of the Nen conditions that he can't make sure that there's a sole survivor, but um he probably did some sort of influence and some sort of non-direct uh string pulling, I guess, to make sure people like Morena are on board to make sure they kill people because that's part of Morena's Nen ability. Kill a prince and you get 50 points. Why else would that even be a factor? Like, but if there was no succession war, that wouldn't even have been a rule. If you kill a prince, you get 50 points. Like, I mean, actually, no, probably would have been a rule. But you know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that that's a rule, though, for something like this means that, yeah, somebody helped Marina get on board, knowing her goal. Probably Kenny Wang, and probably other people too. Um, I need to see where Kenny Wang, though. I need to see where this Kenny Wang betrayal is still going. We have not gotten an answer on that. Maybe Oito. Okay, next point I wrote down. Maybe Oito is realizing Wobble isn't hers. Yeah, I've seen videos on this. Oh, there's only 3 ways. This is probably all going to be revealed in this chapter, honestly. But because Kropika's only halfway done his announcement stuff. Um, either the baby's not, either that baby is not Wobble. One, two, Oito's not the mom. Sorry, wait, what am I saying? Oito. Yeah, because Oito's back was turned towards the baby. She's been cradling that baby to all hell, and now she can't even. Her back's turned away from him for the first time, from the baby. So either, what if the baby? I thought about this off screen. What if the baby's like still on the mainland, the real baby, or it's a baby swap with Benjamin's kid? I don't know. There's just all the stuff I've been seeing online. Next thing about Sarah Hell, I made this community post too. I think Sarah Hell is this arc's version of Palm. Puts on all these looks. She's gonna have a lot of internal struggles if that's the way that this is going with Sarah Hell. She can easily switch sides, especially depending on how this conversation goes, this announcement goes of Karapika. She can easily switch sides. Let me move my cursor away from that button. I accidentally pressed that button last time. That ended the stream. I just noticed it was there. Because I'd be moving my finger around a lot. Yeah, Sarah Hill's gonna have a lot of internal struggle. I said something very similar. I just want to reread what I wrote in my community post about Sarah Hill, because I was cooking when I was posting that. Give me 1 second. Yes, okay, yes, got that. Where the hell's my post? Come on. Yeah, I predict that she's gonna switch sides and have a big moment of self-reflection. Probably a flashback or two of her being chosen by Camilla herself in person way, way, way back when. Like, she probably had a shitty life, obviously. But I feel like there's gonna be a scene where Camilla walks in, personally recruits her. You know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be a flashback of that. Um, Maybe after finding out that she's been manipulated her whole life and being used as a tool of destruction for others' benefits, just to keep those in power who don't have her greatest good in mind, Sarah Hill will find a newfound hatred for Camilla herself. Maybe she will vow to curse Camilla herself instead. Wouldn't that be a fucking crazy bit? That'd be goaded for the first of all. She's been the closest physically with her. That's true. And there's plenty of items she could use to curse Camilla with. Just think about it. Camilla's very materialistic. She got her nails done by all these maids, getting the beds made. Any of those untouchables, have nots. Again, like I said last stream, I personally call them the untouchables because I just think it's a badass name more so than just have nots. So I liked whatever translation I saw years back when they called them the untouchables. I like calling them the untouchables. Any of those have nots, untouchables, have plenty of items that they could easily curse Camilla with if they found out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Camilla's very materialistic. Make sure when she was eating dinner, cutting food with Duazel, she said, "Oh, make sure to get the latest blah 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 collection from this magazine." Yeah, Camilla's very materialistic. There's thousands of things that they could curse Camilla with. Um, She'd be the I literally said she'd be the easiest prince to curse, in all honesty. Sarah Hell sees herself as a clean slate, faceless, just like when she did her little makeup tutorial. Literally seen in yeah, I said that already. Realizing she's gonna go unalive a baby that she's never even met. That's Succor Central was talking about. This still depends on how Sarah Hell interprets all of Karapika's bombshells that he was just dropping. Whether she's on the side of hurry up, kill everybody, kill all the princes already before time's up, or enforce the stalemate. I can see her having a lot of internal struggles. That's true as hell. And my last thing I want to say before we actually get to this thing, because yeah, the last thing I want, my last little theory about the whole arc in general. I think we need one gigantic Kakin backstory. Like I said, with Sarah Hell getting recruited and all that, that's fine. But I think we need more than that. We need to see Shimano's parents. We need to see Misha Hao get shot. Misha Hao, the GU guard. So I think we need to see all these things happen. Maybe there's a backstory on that, on how Misha Hao gets shot, who killed her, and why. Like there's clearly a story there. She got domed right in the head. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and that's all right. I'm done talking. I'm gonna send me a little ollie pop just to get My voice ready, and we're gonna react to this, baby. Um, okay, let's go to the chapter now. Are we ready? Boop. All right. Again, not a fan of this website, but you know it's fast at releasing chapters. I'm not gonna be able to see the chat, by the way, because of this little setup. I got a one monitor setup. This is it. What you're seeing is what I'm seeing. So if I don't see the chat right now, but it's all good. Here we go. I did read this first page, obviously, but we'll see. Um, just to see how the translation looked for the wording. So let's do this. But yeah, I like this. I did like, you could see like the sheer size of the black whale, because sometimes we be forgetting it's literally the size of an island. Ooh, excuse me. Around a month and a half left until the new continent. Chapter 412, questions. We all got questions, but oh, interesting. Okay, rooms are getting X'd out, so that's Momose's room probably, and that's probably Kacho's room 10 and 12, or 10 and 12, right? So yeah, they're on the even side of the hallway, so that counts. Yeah, 10 and 12. Okay, so Togashi knows what he's doing. 5 hours before declaration of special martial law. 5 hours before. Prince Wobble. Is this a spread page? Hell yes. Okay, hold on. Wait, make sure I'm recording. Send the same little thing. Okay. Prince Wobble isn't taking part in the succession contest. Can I zoom in just a wee bit? Okay, thank you. That doesn't disrupt anything, does it? Okay, just making sure. Isn't taking part in the succession contest. Everybody's bombshells, including little Oito back here. Distraught as all hell. I don't blame her. Okay, I think I remember everybody's names. That is Ilardia, Oito. You can see my cursor, right? Yeah. Okay. Ilardia, Oito, Gado, who's not a new character. Correction from last word. Gipper, Krapika, Sakata, Satobi, Sarahel, Slaka, Danjin, Temptori, Toneasta. Still don't know how to pronounce her name. Naipe. he was making me laugh. He's Haram, poor guy. He knows that the person that he's coming to replace just died, so he's like, well, I'm probably about to die. Sakata, where am I? Naipe, Hashito, Javietti, also not a new character. Babi Mana, Firikov Bill, Bellerante, Mayor, Yuri, Ladiolus, Liz Lura, I think. And then that's Tone Asta, right? That's Rockley. Just kidding. Rockley and Wobble. Hold on. Slaka goes, pfft. Hey, hey. Haha, hey, hey. Any way you slice it, this lie is way too dumb to buy. Okay, so people picking up on it. Crappy because, like, the lower ranked princes have a chance to survive if they can hold out until the deadline, yet Prince Wobble wasn't even taking part in the succession contest in the first place. But hey, let's just start our Nen training. Seriously? Oh, so he's calling him out on the spot. Okay, Sokka got balls. He's an asshole. Okay, first of all, he's an asshole, but he has balls. You know what I'm saying? But oh yeah, let's just start Nen training. Blah blah blah. Let's brush it off. Did you really think that overwhelming us with information would confuse us enough that we'd overlook such a shitty lie? Okay, Sokka got dirty ass mouth. There wasn't a single lie. Karapika says, of course, what I said about limitations is my own deduction, but I'm confident it's correct. True. And we can't exactly afford to wait around to prove it, can we? True. Also convenient for him to say that. I'll give you some time. The training session will be postponed to 10 a.m. Yeah, he's like, yeah. I like what he's doing. He's like, you sit with that. You sit with all that. Sit with it. You got an hour to sit with it. I love that because does his classes start 9 a.m. each day, doesn't it? It's 9 a.m. right? I'm pretty sure. He's like, yeah, you sit with that. Until then, each of you should take this matter back with you. Wait, what? Until then, each of you should take this matter back with you and consider it carefully. At that point, only those who still wish to participate in the training should return here. Okay, yeah. So he's yeah. He's like, take it or leave it, bitch. Around 48 hours before Martial law. 5 hours before. 48 hours before. 2 days before. Okay, so this is 48 hours before. This is day 10. What happened on day 10? Oh shit. Day 10 was. I never imagined we would. What was day 10? Oh my god. Why am I drawing a blank? Day 10 of the Succession War. All right, well, this is a good time as any. Go to Weep Central. This is the website I do go to. When the hell was day 10? I want to make sure I get this timeline right. Was day 10 when Henry and everybody got introduced? Curse, blah 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 blah. Was that the day Halkenberg? I thought there. Oh yeah, day 9, 10 a.m. Day 10 was when Vict got shot with the arrow. Okay, okay, this is way back when 389. So this is all day 10. Halkenberg gets arrested, brought down to the Justice Bureau. Tyson's just doing Tyson shit. Camilla's guards get introduced. Boss show. Okay, so that's day 10. See, it's always good to have two tabs open. Okay. Hold on. Okay, we're still going. Okay. I never imagined he would plot to sneak his own child among the princes. I was talking about Beyond. Finding the person involved is important, but even more crucial right now. We need to identify the targets of the curses that Beyond placed on his children and remove any curse directed at Prince Wobble. Okay. Loito's processing. Uh, um, I swear I don't have any kind of relationship with Beyond. She's like, I would probably know if he impregnated me. You know what I'm saying? Which is bold to say, which is crazy to say. Um, sorry, someone's texting me. If I need to prove my innocence, use your chain on me. Facts. Please don't worry. Far from doubting it, I haven't even felt the need to check. She's like, yeah. Karapika's basically saying, like, yeah, I can read you like a book. Like, I know you're not lying. Shimano, please prepare a meal while there's still time. Yes. Okay, she's off. Oh, so Shimano is about to leave. She stops herself, turns back around. This is very difficult to say, but my name's not Shimano. Isn't Shimano, it's Shimanu. Hmm? But I've been calling you that Shimano, right? Oh yeah, it's new. No. No, new. No. Is this the real translation? The fuck? It's probably too difficult for Barabka to distinguish and correctly articulate 2 and 3 vowel blended sounds in Cacanese. Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot they have the language. Oh, that's a good point. No, 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 no. Is that how I'm interpreting this conversation? The fuck? That's hilarious as hell. Hold on. That's actually hilarious. She's like, what the fuck you want me to say then? Oh, that's a good point. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay, yeah. In Cacanese, there's unique distinction between masculine and feminine. Okay, yeah. And Shimano ends up sounding like a man's name. You pronounce it correctly every so often, so don't worry about it too much. Okay, so it's like it's like French and like other non-English ones where masculine and feminine matters. Now that you've told me, I can't not worry about it. Bill, it goes, huh? Sorry for making you feel uncomfortable. It's okay. Karapika. Now, Bill picked up some. To be honest, something has been bothering me for a little while. Come here. Don't get me another Don't get me another Melody Kenny non-verdant like off-screen conversation. To be honest, something has been bothering me for a little while now. There's no way. Your Majesty, what is it? About the matter with Beyond earlier, you were indeed correct. It would be better to completely resolve the issue right now. May I use your chain on you so there's absolutely no room for doubt? Sure. It would put my mind at ease as well. So by all means, thank you very much. Yep, yep, yep. To establish a baseline, I'll start with some meaningless questions. Please answer yes or no. Is that alright with you? Yes. You are a man. No. Haha. You are 2 years old. No. You are a woman. Yes. You are a mother. Yes. This is the translation? Okay. We're flying through pages, I guess. Could you please answer yes to all the following questions? Okay, he's testing you. You are flying in the sky right now. Oh, no. Go away. What did I click? What did I click? Pause. Hold on. What the fuck's that? Alright. Weird. Back to here. There we go. You are flying in the sky right now. Yes. Lie. You are on board a ship right now. Yes. Not a lie. You are riding inside a tank right now. Yes. Lie. Your only child is Prince Wobble. Yes. Not a lie. Right now, the prince who is asleep there is the same one I held in my arms 2 months ago at the hotel when we had our interview. I knew there was a fucking baby, so I fucking knew it. She's hiding something. She's hiding a secret, that's for damn sure. Hmm? Right now, the prince is asleep. Right over there. The same one I held in my arms 2 months ago. Fuck, I did it again. She don't have an answer. Wobble is my child. Your Majesty, could you please answer yes to my question? How? How could you know? Was it Shimano? It was Bill. He noticed the difference between the uh, between so the dialect is how they found out? Basically masculine and feminine? Hold on. Okay, we got footnotes. Thank God. Thank God we got footnotes here. Hold on. Can I zoom in just a wee bit more? Okay, that's fine. Okay, yeah, okay. You can see it. You can see it on the screen still. Okay, let me read this first. The difference between feminist B, which has a slight trace of the semi-voiced sound in the vowels B, so I guess the B in wobble is what they're talking about, which is articulated with the lips against the teeth, rather than by pressing both lips together, is relatively clear. All right, we got a footnote, thank God. The original use of the same reading, while the use kanji for the word daughter and boy distinguishes the two children. Okay, so the way you pronounce the B in wobble is different. The diacritic dialect, I guess, on B is a translation convention used to represent the subtle labiodental masculine form. Can you guys read that over here? Does she have twins? Is this what I'm... At first, you used a neutral B, Your Majesty, but at some point you started using those two variants. That was what first made me think, oh, okay. Of course, I didn't give it a second thought. The difference is extremely minute. and even many native speakers can't distinguish or articulate them consistently. Oh God, so this is just like Arabic. I'm trying to learn Lebanese Arabic too. Lebanese Arabic is not Arabic, it's Lebanese dialect. Damn, I know this all too well. I know this all too well. Oh my God. Okay, I'm understanding. Let me read that part again. Of course, I didn't give it a second thought. The difference is extremely minute, and even many native speakers can't distinguish or articulate them consistently. However, when the Shimanu topic came up earlier, I remembered it wasn't shortly after we set sail, Your Majesty, that you started using those two pronunciations around when Karapika first used his chain ability. Are you fucking for real? Are you fucking for real? Just in case I questioned you with my chain so that you could tell the truth without it moving. You made a distinction between Wobble, your daughter, and Wobble, the baby boy. Also, you could say, Wobble is my child. Whose child is he? And your daughter, where is she right now? This baby is my younger sister's son. Excuse me? Holy shit, wait. Younger sister's son. Okay. So that younger sister of hers is not a royal. Give me 1 second. Oh shit. Oh shit indeed. Hang on. I think this is way too damn bright. Oh wait, that I just made it brighter. Let me brighten this on my face. All right, back to this. Oops. Let me go back to this. Sorry. That's right. Okay. Thank goodness. This baby is my younger sister's son. When the hell did I entrusted my daughter to? I truly do not know where they are. What the fuck? During the cedar ceremony, the one who placed her hand into the urn was my daughter. After that, at the hotel, the children were switched. It was my sister's son who took part in the ceremony. I'm reading that again. During the cedar ceremony, the one who placed her hand into the urn was my daughter, Oito's daughter. After that, at the hotel, the children were switched. It was my sister's son who took part in the ceremony. So the babies got switched before the ship even took off. Oh my god. So if this is the sister's son, that sister's son, this baby, has Nen still. Kurapika saw Nen coming out of that baby. After that, at the hotel, the children were switched. It was my sister's son who took part in the ceremony. Correct. And so, not only is this baby obviously ineligible to take part in the succession contest, but my daughter is as well. What the fuck? At first, I thought this is not what I thought I'd be reading. I I thought that not participating in active treason was unthinkable. that non-participants will be purged. So while outwardly appearing to participate, when the time came, I would confess that this child was ineligible to participate and beg for forgiveness. I had no choice but to stake everything on this in order to survive. Oh. And now those two walk in? Oh my god. That's what I thought. It's just as you heard. This was never the same baby. I'm rereading this whole chapter again. I'm rereading this whole thing again. Don't worry, I'm gonna reread it. Oh wait, I just thought of an idea. Hold on, let me pull out my phone. Okay, yes. Okay. Gosh, my head hurts. Alright, back to the damn chapter. Let me read that part again. At first, I thought that not participating is an act of treason, which it is, was unthinkable, that non participants would be purged. Oh, so Oito did a last minute, last minute switcheroo, last minute ass pull. Not ass, I'm not saying this twist is an ass pull. I know it's not. I get it though, because she's just a worried mother. While outwardly appearing to participate, when the time came, I would confess that the child was ineligible to participate and beg for forgiveness. I had no choice but to stake everything on this in order to survive. That's what I thought. This is fucking insane. It's just as you heard. And then Babi Mina and Sakata walk in, of course. Her Majesty's words contain no lies. Oh, this is a big panel. Her Majesty's words contain no lies. We are outsiders here. Huh. Shut the fuck up. Are we? Oh no, we're back in the hallway. Okay, I thought these two panels here. It looked like we were gonna transition over back to the mainland where the real baby is. That would have been all the way messed up. Cause I was like, oh, we're leaving the Black Widow for the first time. There's no fucking way. What the hell is this? Beep, 10 a.m. Beep beep beep. It's only zooming in on Cacho's room. Oh no, that's Momose's room. Oh, another spread page. Hell fucking yes. Give me all that. Yeah, everybody's still here. Excuse me. Slaka was the only one to withdraw. Good. Do any of us miss him? Do any of us miss Slaka? I don't. Slaka was the only one to withdraw, and he wasn't even a student, so the plan failed. If only Benjamin's or Zhang Li's personal guards had withdrawn, my announcement that 14th Prince Wobla is ineligible to take part in the succession contest would have seemed more credible and greatly reduced the risk of us being targeted. It won't be that easy. Oh, I see. So are we back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8? Yeah. Whoa. So nobody withdrew. That is pretty indicative that maybe people have chosen subconsciously or even, I mean, it does indicate that she wanted people to withdraw from the class, but nobody did, which means people are probably still hell bent on killing this baby. Even Sarah Hell, look at her smile. Look at her smiling over here. If Benjamin or Zhang Li's personal guards had withdrawn, my announcement would have seemed more credible and greatly reduced the risk of us being targeted, but it won't be that easy. But for now, I will keep developing my. Wait, what? But for now, I'll keep developing Nen abilities here. Excuse me. As originally planned, Benjamin and Zhang Li's personal guards have confirmed that the prince Wobble here is a boy, and they've learned that our account of the switch is the truth. Right? Just being removed from Benjamin's list of targets is enough to be sure that we're in much less danger than before, I guess. Even knowing that the prince is someone else, they are only maintaining the status quo because Wobble, the daughter, could in fact be hidden aboard this ship and actually have succession rights. That's true. Where the hell is she? I have questions. Hence the name of this chapter. No matter what Benjamin's side says, the other princes surely won't believe them if there is no change in the status quo. Okay. That said, if the third and fifth princes think I'm useful to them, our alliance should continue. And I still have Cacho's letter to use. Oh, this is nothing to do with Cacho's letter. I see. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Oop. Hmm. I'll just keep demonstrating the strength of Nen abilities and keep proving that I possess even more valuable and crucial pieces of information. Oh, yeah, that's true though. Kropka still has to feel like he's, you know, a valuable source of information. Otherwise, everyone's not going to care what a 14th Prince Guard has to say. He has the lowest status out of everybody here. Out of all the hundreds of people here, he has the lowest status. At the same time, I need to identify Beyond's children and figure out who they're targeting. That's near impossible, baby. We only know frickin' Longhi and the other one, Salkov, are the only children that we know of. Cyrenik probably still is. Hmm. Alright, let's keep reading. Physical characteristics can be used to prove that her sister's son, here in Rune 1014, is an illegitimate successor. Okay. So long as the legitimate successors don't bring any charges of conspiracy or contempt, the risk of him being directly involved in the succession contest and his life being put in danger is relatively low now. Mm-hmm. Wait, so he's talking about so long as the legitimate successor doesn't charge the conspiracy and contempt, the risk of him. Oh, so he's just saying, I think that this baby boy is safe. Okay, I get it. He's just saying, like, okay, I'm pretty sure, like, this baby boy is safe as long as, like, the real other princes don't, like, take him to court or shit like that. That's what he's saying. The problem is the daughter who isn't here. The curse Beyond has placed on his own children. If it activates a postmortem Nen that inflicts a death curse, which it is, then for something that powerful, the time between activation and death would be instantaneous. Mm-hmm. Almost, yeah. Oh my god, wait. Is Karapika gonna think that Sarah Hell is one of them? Especially for a defenseless infant, there would be no way to fight back. We probably have no choice but to track down the cursed offerings first and exorcise their curse. As for the true nature of the okay, Beyond, welcome back. As for the true nature of the remaining cursed offerings we learned about from Longhi, we still don't know at whom the curses are directed and what the conditions are. In the end, would the quickest route be going to the source of all this and hearing from Beyond himself? If he's not going to divulge any information, but you can try. Oh, that panel's fire. I see Kanzai's hair at the bottom, so we're going to find out who he's meeting with, who Beyond is meeting with. That is a fire shot of the ship. So this like makeshift water, there's just like a water pool for the sake of the ship staying afloat. Hmm. Okay, so a little lounge area. Okay, okay, I'm following along. We're gonna see where this goes. Creak. Door opens. He smiles. Okay, whoever he wants to meet is here. Yo, been waiting for you. Oh my god, who is this? Is it Bill? Clea! This black tuxedo up here is a very misleading, learning that she's in a white robe. You know what I mean? It's Clea? Oh my god, is Clea one of the children? Okay, Clea's probably one of the children. This is what I'm guessing. Clea is one of the children of his, and Clea is how these Nen whatchamacalls activates. I would like to speak to him alone if you would mind. Would you mind stepping out? Yeah, not happening. Our job is to keep watch and dig up dirt. You might both be VIPs, but secret deals between a supreme magistrate and an international political criminal, there's no way we'll ignore that. Okay, Sayu's standing on business. Um, they can stay. I don't mind. I've got quite a number of pending lawsuits. This fucking guy, mind you, I'm the plaintiff in everyone. I believe that. That a likely story beyond a likely story. I just want to know the results. First of all the lawsuits the V5 filed against you were remanded. What does remanded mean? Reprimanded through plea bargains. They will not be retired. As a result, the multiple crimes you committed during your New World Voyage Declaration broadcast are no longer subject to prosecution under international criminal law. So they lifted those charges because I guess he wasn't supposed to do those. Well, all of that was simply rolled into the secret agreement with Kakin. So all that went according to plan. So that all went according to plan. Sorry. The real issue is the outcome of the cases I'm suing over. Okay. There were about 1,000, right? 1,004. What the hell is this, dude? To simply put, the Supreme Court considered them all together in a consolidated review, and every one of them has been dismissed. For the sake of this voyage? Like, put on hold? Hmm. Hmm. Oh, we got dialogue. Hell fucking yeah. Seriously? Every single one? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did you actually read them all? I did. I read through every single one, examined them carefully, and reached my decision. Yeah, I'm sure you half-assed it. How rude. Do you have any idea how many months I've spent on them? So you're basically saying that the Great Kakin Empire has no intention of ensuring even the bare minimum of human rights for the average citizen, huh? Oh, so he's playing the victim here. I get it. Respect for fundamental human rights is explicitly stated in the Constitution. That's exactly why I sued in the first place. They aren't being enforced. To begin with, have you even codified the definitions of human and the people? Calling them out. Because if they defined human being and a people, oh my god, he's talking about the straw man out here. Y'all know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. He's talking about the damn straw man. Your name in all caps. Holy shit, he's talking about that. He's talking about that. Because if they really cared, there would not be no have-nots. There would not be no untouchables. Damn. Okay. unless you add a clause saying the royal family and the nation's citizens shall collectively be referred to as the people. There's no way you'll earn the trust of ordinary citizens, is there? Okay. That's just his person. Yeah, she's just, That had already been adopted before the lawsuits were even filed. Furthermore, regardless of the outcome of the succession contest, King Nasubi has already begun reviewing the wording of the Constitution with particular focus on realizing equality between the royal family and the people under the rule of law. Oh, great. Another ambiguous phrase. Here, great. Don't we love that? Hold on. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, that had already been docked before lawsuit and filed, regardless of the outcome. Those look at all them. Look at all those files. Those are the records of the court's review of all the lawsuits, together with copies of the related constitutional additions, provisions, and amendments. Even if the revised provisions cannot immediately bring crimes committed by the royal family to justice, they can at least expect to have some deterrent effect. Oh, fucking hell. Just more ways to cover up their ass. That's all I'm hearing. Oh gosh, sorry. There's a hair. Oh, excuse me. However, I'm concerned that losing the psychological deterrent by making the royal family part of the people will result in far greater drawbacks. Yeah, okay, yeah. So more excuses to stay in power. Whoa, 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 don't tell me you've got to go through every single one of these first. Like you can properly review like you that's Sayu. Yeah, Sayu saying yeah, like you can properly review legal documents. Just check for anything fishy hidden inside them. Beyond says, honestly, a single utterance from an absolute king is faster and far more effective than any constitution. That's true. The way things are now, yeah. Let's see here. I already know too well that balancing the best parts of dictatorship and democracy is no easy feat. Beyond goes, okay, all right, I've read it. Next one. Already? That's got to be bullshit. I'm handing these to you at random, so I won't be taking requests. Oh, here we go. This is the last page. That works. I'm just killing time until we disembark. Anything in print will do. Just killing time. I'll sentence you to death, you damn old man. I'm busy enough already, and I still came all the way here with the Ninth Prince's trial, while the Ninth Prince's trial is on hold. Did you hear that, gentlemen? Did you hear that, gentleman of Zodiacs? I've known her since she was filling up diapers, and this is who she really is. Like I cared. Death sentence approved. Oh my god. Shocking truth revealed. Is Wobble safe? True. Where the hell is he? Where is he? Where is he? I mean. Where's Wobble? I'm rereading this bitch again. We got time, right? How long is this live stream been going? I like the dialogue at the end, though. I'm not, like, bullshitting on that part. 53 minutes. Okay, we got time to reread. Hold on. Sorry. Back to here. Okay. Okay. Plot point wise. That is very interesting. So Karapika wasn't lying. But the fact that there's two babies now, Oito is in possession of the boy who is not her child. I mean, it could still be Benjamin's kid for all we know. Literally, it could still be. That's still up in the air. because there's no mention of nothing. The camera didn't cut back to where the real Wobble is. The camera didn't cut back to Benjamin's baby. It could still be that, like, the first prince and the 14th prince having to, like, whoa. Um, yeah, 5 hours before Prince Wobble isn't taking part in this section contest. Hey, hey. Anyway, he slides it. This lie is way too dumb to buy. The lower ranked princes have a chance to survive if they just hold out until the deadline. Yet Prince Wobble wasn't even taking part in the first place. But hey, let's just start our net training. Seriously? Do you really think that overwhelming us with information would confuse us enough that we would overlook such a shitty lie? There wasn't a single lie. Of course, what I said about limitations is my own deduction, but I'm confident it's correct. So Wobble's just somewhere out on the loose. Wobble's even more out on the loose, all loosey goosey than Fugetsu is, even with her teleportation abilities. Damn. Damn. There wasn't a single lie, of course. What I said about limitations is my own deduction, but I'm confident it's correct. And we can't exactly afford to wait around to prove it, can we? Oh wait, there's more up here. I'll give you some time. Training session will be postponed to 10 a.m., which we know only Slaka left. Until then, each of you should take this matter back with you and consider it carefully. At that point, only those who still wish to participate in training should return. 48 hours before this declaration of martial law. Day 10. Back when I was talking about Kanjidal and all them. So that's when Beyond's child was revealed before that. Damn. Sneak his own children. My princess find this person involved is important, but even more crucial right now, I need to identify the targets of the curses that Beyond placed to remove any curse directed at Prince Wobble. What would be the condition then for Beyond to do this? Maybe having a bunch of lawsuits is a condition to activate the power, because that's a hell of a restriction that he has to put on himself. That would be an interesting theory. I'm gonna say it one more time. Boom. That would be an interesting theory. Maybe all these lawsuits. I mean, I get it just for the sake of the story. Like, maybe all these lawsuits is a condition of activating these curses for one thing, because um that's one hell of a restriction to have all these. I don't know why lawsuits in general would be even a condition, but something towards the Kakin, some sort of malice or hatred towards the Kakin Empire would be a condition he might have to fulfill, and do over 1,000 lawsuits be done with him as the plaintiff. You know what I'm saying? Like, him enforcing all these lawsuits himself. He's not the defendant, he's the plaintiff. So maybe that's a condition for these to activate. Could that be one hell of a condition? For one, because I guess his Nen ability would have to prove that Kakin is unworthy of having these princes be king, so maybe he has to file these lawsuits, I guess, as like proof of resolve of how slimy these kings. You know what I'm like? You know what I'm saying? Just had to say that out loud. Might be wrong, because that might be like the underlying. That might be like the underlying thing that's not being said about that whole last half of the chapter with the whole court cases. Um, Okay, let's keep reading. I just wanted to reread this just one last time. If I need to prove my innocence, use your chain on me. Please don't worry, far from doubting it. So Oito lied this chapter, is what I've pieced together, before the ship even departed. I'm just trying to think, because if the babies got switched before the ship departed, Wobble would have had to have died as soon as the departure ceremony commenced, because Wobble would not be on the ship, which means those hands, just who like those weird Zen Buddha hands that killed Kacho in their escaped, would have killed Wobble off the jump right then and there. So I don't think Wobble's on this ship. Unless Wobble died off rip, the real Wobble, the baby girl, died, then either Wobble died off rip, which is wild, but Wobble's not in the coffin, so definitely didn't die. Not in that coffin room, because Momoze was the first one there. Yeah, the baby's on the ship. She has to be on the ship. This is very difficult to say, but yeah, my name isn't Shimano Shimanu. I've been calling you that. It's new. No. No. New. No? It's probably just difficult for a crowd to distinguish and articulate 2 and 3 vowel blended sounds in Cacanese. That's their language. No. In Cacanese, there's a unique distinction between masculine and feminist. And Shimano ends up sounding like a man's name. You pronounce it correctly every so often. You don't worry about it too much. Now that you've told me, I can't not worry about it. Well, Kurapika likes being friends with them. And then Bill pieced it together. Hold on. Okay, I'm getting it. Like, Bill's saying, like, wait, Wobo's been pronounced pretty differently, too. To be honest, something's been bothering for a while. Come here, blah, blah, blah. There's no way, Your Majesty. What is it about the matter with Beyond earlier? You were indeed correct. It would be better to completely resolve this issue right now. May I use your chain, of course. It would put my mind at ease. Thank you very much. Chain. Boom. To establish a baseline, I'll start with some meaningless questions. Please answer yes or no. Is that all right with you? Yes. You are a man. No. Haha. You are 2 years old. No. You are a woman. Yes. You are a mother. Yes. Now then, please continue to answer yes to the questions. Okay, cool. Your only child is Prince Wobble. Yes. Bill's eyeing that chain. Right now, the prince who is asleep over there is the same one I held in my arms 2 months ago at the hotel when we had our interview. Doop. She got exposed. Fuck, I did it again. Wobble is my child. Yeah, that's her way of getting. Yeah, she ain't dancing around that. Your Majesty, could you please answer yes to my question? How? How could you know? Was it Shimanu? No, it was Bill. He noticed the difference between the masculine and feminine forms in your pronunciation. The difference between feminine B has a slight trace of a semi-voiced sound. Semi-voiced? Wobble, wobble. Which is articulated with the lips against the teeth. Oh, excuse me. Rather than pressing both lips together is relatively clear. Okay. At first, you used a neutral B, Your Majesty, but at some point you started using 2 variants. That's what first made me think, oh, of course, I didn't give it a second thought. The difference is extremely minute, and even many native speakers can't distinguish or articulate them consistently. However, when the Shimanu topic came up earlier, I remembered, wasn't it shortly after we set sail, Your Majesty, that you started using those 2 pronunciations loosely, pretty much. That's just me paraphrasing. Around when Kropka first uses chain ability. Just in case I questioned you with my chain, so that you could tell the whole truth without it moving, you made a distinction between Wobble, your daughter, and Wobble. I don't know. I'm not gonna try or pretend to know how it's pronounced. Also, you could say Wobble is my child. Whose child is he? And your daughter, where is she right now? This baby is my younger sister's son. Damn it, Oito. Can you just cooperate? I mean, she did all this before she even trusted Kurapika. Like, yeah, like I get it from her perspective. I entrusted my daughter to her. I truly do not know where they are. Why the hell don't you know where they are then? I just realized that. You don't have any tabs on where your real baby is? You don't have any tabs on them. So this baby, the girl, could be anywhere on the ship. She has to be on the like Wobble wasn't in that coffin room, so we know she's on this ship. How do you just not know where they are? Because that baby's the true one in danger, relative or not. And that Wobble might have her Nen. That Nen beast might be out already though. The baby girl's Nen beast might be out already. Have we seen it? No, no. Because yeah, we just found out about this during the senior ceremony. The one who placed it was my daughter, so she has an Nen beast. That's confirmed. After that, at the hotel, the children were switched. It was my sister's son who took part in the ceremony. And by ceremony here, she means being at the banquet, like the departure ceremony. And so not only is this baby obviously ineligible, but my daughter is as well. At first, I thought that not participating in active treason was unthinkable. Wait, what? Wait. Not only is this baby. Oh, wait. I'm getting it now. I'm getting it now. But my daughter is as well. My daughter is also ineligible. So while outwardly appearing to participate, when the time came, I would confess that this child was ineligible and beg for forgiveness. I had no choice but to stake everything on this in order to survive. That's what I thought. It's just as you heard. Her Majesty's. What? Her Majesty's words contain no lies. We are outsiders here. There's no fucking way. That's what they meant by we're outsiders. Okay, I read this slightly wrong the first time. We are outsiders here. We are not in this succession war. Beep beep, 10 a.m. Everyone stays because they're hell bent on knowing Nen. Slaka was only able to withdraw, and he wasn't even a student, so the plan failed. If only Benjamin or Zhang Li's personal guards had withdrawn, my announcement that 14 Principal was ineligible to take part in the succession would have seemed more credible and greatly reduce the risk of us being targeted. It won't be that easy. But for now, I'll simply keep developing Nen abilities here as originally planned. Benjamin and Zhang Li's personal guards have confirmed that Prince Wobble is Wait, Benjamin and Zhang Li's personal guards have confirmed that the Prince Wobble here is a boy, and they've learned that our account of the switch is the truth. Just being removed from Benjamin's list of targets is enough to be sure that we're in much less danger than before. Damn, so they just butted out. Holy crap. Even knowing that the prince is someone else, they are only maintaining the status quo because Wobble, the daughter, could be in fact be on board the ship and actually have succession rights. No matter what Benjamin's side says, the other princes surely won't believe them if there is no change in status quo. That said, if the third and fifth princes think I'm useful to them, our alliance should continue. I get that, and I still have Kacho's letter. I'll just keep demonstrating the strength and abilities and keep proving that I possess even more valuable info and crucial places for information. Yes. So he's kind of telling us, the audience, like what all he's been trying to do here. And at the same time, I need to identify Beyond's children and figure out who they're targeting. Physical characteristics can be used to prove that her sister's son is here in 1014. Isn't a legitimate successor so long as the legitimate successors don't bring charges. The risk of him being directly involved in the succession contest in this life being put in danger is relatively low now. The problem is the daughter Wobble, who isn't here. The curse beyond placed on his own children. If it activates, yeah, okay. The time between activation could be instantaneous, especially for a defenseless infant. There would be no way to fight back. We probably have no choice but to track down the cursed offerings. Okay, so she's Kropika is still on board protecting this mother and baby. I'm glad that hasn't changed. As for the true nature of the remaining cursed offerings we learned about from Longhi, we still don't know who those curses are. In the end, wouldn't be quickest to ask beyond himself. That's my favorite panel. I don't know why, because it's true. We haven't even seen like the how tier 1 is even built. Cleopatra. Okay, I don't think Cleopatra is the son of Eon. Might be. Okay. Yeah, I get it now. This is not at all what I expected though for a chapter, because damn, yeah. Not one lie was told, Karapika said. Not one lie was told. That's it, right? Okay, that's it. Dang. I've known her since she was filling up diapers. That could still be an indication that she's another child of Beyond. That would be crazy. Saying that, oh, I've known her since she was in diapers. You could be saying a lot there. All right, guys. How long have we been doing this? Tell me what you guys think, though. Too. This is a very interesting chapter. This is not all I expected. I did not think Kurapika was telling the 100% truth here. He has no. He could have lied and just made it like a bold ass move to do that. But yeah, this whole baby switching thing is crazy. We are outsiders here, he said. So the baby is still on board. And I guess the baby just didn't meet all the qualifications, though, because the one who put the hand in the urn was the daughter, Wobble. But Wobble didn't take part in the departure ceremony. Am I piecing that together right? But Wobble's on the ship regardless. Could still be anywhere. But still, how does Oito not keep tabs on where her real actual baby is? Hello? Hello? I get it was like a very, 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 very desperate move for Oito, like before she learned that she can actually trust Karapika. I get it. But I don't know how I feel about that though. That just kind of downplays the mother-daughter connection that we all thought was going on. I need to process this. I need to watch some videos again. I need to watch what other people are thinking. But wow. 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 Oops, let me refresh that. Sorry. Wow. Is Wobble even safe? Gosh. I mean, this still changes everything, but Karapika's. What does Karapika have to do now? So, what happened here? We're going back. We're going back. I'm gonna investigate something real quick. So all this is all day 10. I get it. Vic got shot. Halkenberg gets arrested. This is all day 10. This is all while. So basically, while Sarah Hell's getting introduced, we find out Wobol's not even legitimate. Wobble might still have an MB. So that was just Oito theorizing that he might not. He might be. She might be ineligible. So while all this was happening, let me go back to when they first met. What chapter was that? Oh shit! What chapter was that? Was it 350 something? No. Was it before Hisoka's fight? I'm drawing a blank. I think it was before 350. Yeah. Okay. Yep. 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 Okay. That's the real. This is the real baby. The fact that she says, if you accept this job, we will pay you. We will give 10 times the promised pay if you can get us off the ship alive. If you leave now, we'll still pay you the promised fee if you keep this conversation confidential. So this is Oito like in despair. Like she's depressed. She's in despair. I get it. And that's totally fine. No one's blaming her right now. Oh, excuse me. I came from poverty. Once Wobble was born and I learned her fate, I regretted it all. Finally realized what matters. Would you like to hold her? This is why we got a big close up. Let me do a little side by side comparison. So, Oito's sister conveniently had a son the same time she did. She had her daughter. They they did a plan. They did this plan together. This is before Oito even met Kurapika. I'm just thinking out loud now. Um Before she even met Kurapika, they had this plan already in place. Oito tells her sister to name that son, also named Wobble, little baby Swaparoo. Okay, like I get a little sneaky, sneaky. But how can Oito say right here on the screen, I entrusted my daughter to her, and under the same breath, I do not know where they are? How can you trust her then? You don't know where the hell she is? During the cedar ceremony, the one who placed her hand was my daughter. After that, at the hotel, the children were switched. It was my sister's son who took part in the ceremony. I need to meet this sister. I need to know who the hell this sister. I need to meet her. You know what I'm saying? Like I just need to meet her and to tell what the hell's wrong. Why don't you? Oh God. I guess that was part of the agreement for because Oito was so overly worried for Oito to be like, just don't even tell me where you are because I don't want it. I don't want it to. Like I don't want it tortured out of me. If. I get it. I truly don't know where they are because Oito would just be like, yeah, I don't want to. I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get tortured, and I give up the information. You know what I mean? And I give up where you guys are on the ship. After that, damn, this is a headache. After, in a good way. After that, the hotel the children were switched. It was my sister's son who took part in the ceremony. And so, not only is this baby obviously ineligible, but my daughter is as well. I mean, I guess all the conditions were fulfilled. Hmm. 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 A lot to think about. I was thinking of just ending the stream, like right after chapter end, because I was just like, okay, I need to sit back and let this, let this sink in. Like I said earlier in the chapter and in this video. But no, like I just went down this little mental rabbit hole because like I get it now. I kind of get it now more than I thought on the first read through. At first, I thought that not participating in active treason was unthinkable, that non participants would be purged, because that's what Oito said in this chapter here. Non participants would be purged. The king instilled in the children to think. They think it a matter of course that there will be an opportunity to be king and that the throne will be theirs, and that such an opportunity would never be renounced. The king instilled in them that anyone raised to believe otherwise would not be his child. It's not hard to imagine the fate of the deserters, aka, as you can see in this picture here, the ones who don't even want to be king would get shot down. That's what a king's child is. And I know Oito said that somewhere else in the chapter. Um, yeah, right here. With the unwavering that they will one day be king. That's what a king's child is. That's why Oito says here, non-participants would be purged, being shot down. Pretty much. While outwardly appearing to participate when the time came, I would confess that the child was ineligible to participate and then beg for forgiveness. Okay, like a desperately motherly attempt. I had no choice but to stake everything on this in order to survive. That's what I thought. Damn. Babi, Mina, and Sakata know the truth. MVP for Bill figuring this out. We're not discounting Bill. Bill did his job. Bill has been doing his job. Yeah, so the plan failed. If Benjamin or Zhang Li's withdrawn, my announcement would have seemed more credible and greatly reduced the risk of us being targeted. But yeah, pulling that off, yeah. It would have sounded more credible. For now, I'll just keep worrying about this Nen class, is what she's saying. Their guards, Benjamin and Zhang Li's guards, confirm that the Prince Wobble here is a boy. They've learned that our account of the switch is the truth. Oh, damn. So they're going to go back to their prince and tell them that, too. I mean, they could be anywhere. Just being removed from Benjamin's list of targets is less danger. That's fair. I mean, there's pros and cons, but it sounds like a lot more cons. Even knowing that the prince is someone else, they're only maintaining the status quo because Wobol's daughter could still be on this ship. I mean, yeah, they're not discounting that chance. No matter what Benjamin says or his side says, the other princes won't believe them. Surely won't believe them if there's no change. That said, if the third and fifth prince think I'm useful to them, our alliance should continue. I still have Kacho's letter to use. Keep demonstrating Nen. Still be a beacon of information. At the same time, identify Beyond's children. No, I had no fucking idea how you're going to do that. You're just going to use Gyo on everybody's tongue. Just tell them, hey, lift up your tongue real quick. Actually, lifting up your tongue would be. Wait, if I was Karapika and there was a virus that got unleashed on the ship after martial law was declared back in chapter 410, telling them to lift up their tongue and lie, so to speak, and say that that's, oh yeah, that's those who are infected have such and such under their tongue, and then use Gyo, that'd be a good reason to check for Beyond's children. I get that. That would work if he lies correctly. That would work actually. And then this whole shebang. Yeah, all these lawsuits. Beyond's just saying, anything that comes out of the king's mouth is far more effective and, gets things done faster. All right, we got a lot. We got a lot to think about. This chapter. I need to go read. Not read. What am I saying? I need to go watch some YouTube videos because I've only saw that a couple people have actually re- um, done video through on these already. Hmm. Hmm. Wow. All right. Well, yeah. Y'all tell me what you think. Y'all tell me what you think. Thank you for watching. Be tuned. Oh, some of y'all just joined. All right, damn. Go back and watch the reaction. So sorry. Um, but definitely hit subscribe though. Like if you hit subscribe, you're gonna see when I go live, like off the rip. So yeah, definitely hit the like button and subscribe because I'm doing these every week, y'all, for Hunter x Hunter, and it's probably longer than 10 chapters, anyways. That might have gotten released in this batch. Um, Crazy chapter about Oito and Wobble. I see what they did. It just kind of downplays some of the relationship dynamics that they've had in the early parts of the Succession War, where it's like every time Wobble's cradling this baby, just knowing in the back of your head, this ain't even the baby. So yeah, that is quite the lie that Oito did. Understandable. And I mean, she did have to play a part. Like, I mean, Oito did play the part correctly during the whole cockroach incident, where Oito played along and said, "Get rid of it. It's disgusting." Um, so Oito's a good actress. We know that much. Hmm. But yeah, a little slip of the tongue with a little dialect thing going on. Damn. Oito has to be on the ship though, if I'm not mistaken. All right, guys. I'm gonna call it. Thank you guys so much for listening and tuning in. I like how we've been getting more and more engagement here too. It's been an hour, 26 minutes already too. Damn. But yeah, be sure to check out my Instagram too. That's pretty much like Instagram, YouTube is like my main social media for anything, anyways. Um, TikTok is starting up soon as well too, so be tuned for that. Trying to think what else. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace and love and unity.